Okay, we were ready to get started. Monday, April 22nd, Design Review Board will call to order.
So Martin is excused. Hoff,
Here.
Rashid,
Here.
Tibbet,
Here.
Stiniker,
Here.
Tilka,
Here.
Cox. He said he should be here, so he might join us midway through the meeting. And Anderson.
Okay, consideration of January 22nd, 2024 meeting minutes. Any changes or motion to approve?
Motion to approve.
All in favor?
All in favor? Yes,
Aye.
great. There is no old business, new business, case DR 24-03, request for design review. CD Downtown Zoning District, installation of a wall sign at 206 East Fifth Street, Delph's Pro Gym, Ward 3.
All right, so this is the former 3E Electrical Engineering and Equipment Company building over there on the corner of Perry Street and Fifth Street. So the Design Review Board approved the renovation of this building last October. So that renovation is currently underway. So that includes 3 commercial spaces on the ground floor and 8 apartments on the second story. So for today's item, Delph's Pro Gym is relocating from their gym on 53rd Street out here to downtown. So they'll be occupying the first floor tenant space on the east side of the building, so outlined in red. So the request is to install a new wall sign above their storefront. So here's the proposed wall sign. So it's space-lit channel letters. The area is about 45 square feet, 13 feet wide, about 3.5 feet tall, and it will be illuminated at night with LED lights. And the placement's just over a proposed glass window slash entry feature. So that photo on the right kind of gives you a semblance of what it will look like during the nighttime. And then here's the rendering that was approved with the sign location outlined, and then the current site as it's under construction. So go right there above that window opening. So with that, staff is recommending approval in accordance with the submitted work write-up and material.
Is there anyone here who, okay.
Hi,
Hello.
I'm Haley Dill. This is my husband, Ryan Dill.
Do you guys, I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. Do you guys have anything to add?
Yeah,
Pretty
no, that looks
straightforward.
great.
Yep.
Okay. Is there a motion to approve? Any questions from us?
Thanks for moving from 53rd downtown.
Yeah,
We're
thank you.
happy to.
We're excited, yeah.
It'll be a good
So
time.
move.
Second, looks cool. Okay. Go ahead and just run a vote, overall vote.
Rashid,
Approve.
Tibbet,
Yes.
Stiniker,
Yes.
Tilka,
Yes.
Anderson,
Yes.
and Hoff.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Easiest
Thank
thing
you.
you've done today.
Thanks.
All right, second item, case DR 24-04, request for design review, CD Downtown Zoning District, modify exterior building materials on Main Street Apartments at 128 West 3rd Street, built to suite Inc. petitioner on behalf of AOM LLC.
All right, so this is the Main Street Apartments development. This was approved in October of 2022. So this site is currently under construction. It's a 4-story building with 120 apartment units and then a small retail space at the southwest corner. So it's located at the corner of Main Street and 3rd, so just on the other side of the alley from the library, and it abuts the office and Boosie's to the east. So the rendering on the screen is what the approved design was from October of 2022. And I also have printed out in front of you the building elevations from the 2022 approval. as well as today's request, which is to modify some of the exterior building materials, so that way you can see them side by side in front of you. But this building, it's composed of a few different materials, so cast concrete with reveals down at the base of the structure, that will stay, along with the Cordova stone along the first floor. The approved design had vertical metal siding as well as Nichiha panel. So those are the two products that are being proposed for replacement. So the design request revise exterior building materials from Nichiha panel, metal siding, and vinyl siding on the interior courtyard to Apolic metal composite panel and hardy board. So the applicant submitted a few photos of this building material. It is seen throughout the Quad Cities on several different commercial builds. So we could flip through here just to kind of give you some semblance of what it looks like in person and up close. City staff feel that this material is comparable to the Nichiha panel that it's replacing in terms of durability and composition. So most recent project that's been done in the city would be Necker's Jewelers over on 53rd and Utica. That kind of gives you a good idea of what this product looks like, as well as the Bridges development down in downtown Bettendorf. So here we have the 2022 design that was approved. This is the West 3rd Street. So in terms of overall building form, it's staying the same in terms of the roof line and the projection, as well as the location of windows. The changes are predominantly in terms of some pattern and texture. So the bump outs will have more of a diamond orientation to those panels versus the ribbed metal on the bump outs. Color schemes staying largely similar in terms of the varying shades of gray and black and white. The Cordova stone at the base is remaining, however, they are showing a darker version of it at the southeast and southwest corners. Here's our west elevation that was approved in 2022. And then the proposed revision. So it keeps a fairly similar color scheme, just with the new product. And the applicant did bring some samples that we could pass out. Here's our north elevation. So that's the alley facing the public library. It did have vinyl siding on that north elevation. They're proposing a hardy plank, which staff is supportive of that change. So we'll bring up the applicant to maybe provide a little bit more detail on some of the rationale for the changes. But in terms of staff recommendation, staff is recommending approval of the material change. We feel that it's compatible substitute, and something that has been used on similar projects throughout the Quad Cities. We do ask, though, that the board provide some feedback on the overall design, some of the texture, colors, patterns, in comparison to the 2022 version versus 2024.
Good evening, my name is Joel Hussey. Some of you I saw before when I was back here in 2022. I'm with Build a Suit in Bettendorf, the general contractor on this particular project. The owner decided to make some changes on the exterior. He saw some of this particular product that we're proposing to use on some other jobs, including the Necker's job and the Bridges job. So he brought it up. We were in the process of securing our contract for doing the siding finishes, basically. And we reached out to the folks from Crawford on that, got a bid from them on it, and then an alternate bid for this. And he really would like to use that. Like Matt was saying, the Cordova stone product, actually, the last time I only had a little tiny sample of it. This is the actual full size of a block of it. I'd pass it around, but it's pretty heavy. On those corners, there would be a almost black color, so it'd be similar to what is on this particular hardy sample here. So it'd be a dark finish. You just wanted to give it a little bit extra contrast instead of all that, the light color finish. actual panel assembly. I'm gonna just use this particular sample here. You can see how it kind of goes together if you want to pass it around. Careful, it's got some corners on it.
Would that be for the diamond section?
That would be for both, actually. What you see, that's like a horizontal or vertical type pattern, basically, as well as the diamond. Basically, with the diamond pattern, all they do is turn the panel 45 degrees.
So I'm sorry, is the Cordova stone that black mini sample
It's-
or that big?
This is a sample of the full-size Cordova, that's the light color. I don't have a piece of the black because there's some lead time on it, so I wasn't able to get a black version. So it'd be that stone, but it'd be a dark finish like that. They call it midnight, if I remember right.
And are we doing like white on those
It's,
white
it's actually
sections?
kind of a cream color. Actually, I have some samples. These are the colors of the ACM panel or Pollock panel. The different shades of them that we're proposing. The dark black color would be the color that's being used in between, right here, between the floors right here. And then also off on the corners.
I don't know if you're familiar with the apartments and like we're like, Oh So Sweet by, or Tiffany's, whatever the new name is, but those apartments, but those color schemes, I think are very similar, but there's no like major white standout. Everything's kind of that black gray muted. And I don't know if we could maybe lean towards that color scheme to kind of, I don't know, keep all those buildings they're different, obviously, but kind of looking generally the same.
Sure.
I don't know, but anyone else have thoughts on?
I'm wondering if that white color would have, is there a reflection concern at all?
Not really. The
Okay.
finish of that, you can see those samples that are being passed around. It's almost like a matte finish more.
Okay.
It's not like a glossy finish, so you're not getting a high reflection off of
Okay,
it.
okay.
If we were going into what some of the metallic colors that are out there, there's a chance that you would get some reflection off of it. The project up on 53rd Street for Necker's Jewelers, that's it's a metallic finish on what I call the trust mark or the marquee area for their signage. That actually is a metallic finish on that, and surprisingly, it doesn't have a whole lot of glare off of it.
It's also facing north and east, I think, that,
Yeah,
so,
in the morning, even in the morning, it's not too bad.
okay. I thought that might have to do with the color scheme, so. Would this be it then?
Yeah, the
This-
lightest color there would be the white that you see
Okay.
up on that diamond pattern.
Okay,
Now, on the north side of the building, there is the Hardy panel product. So basically, the color that they're calling it, this says night gray on it, but it's the new and improved color. This is basically just a sample of the color for that.
And this is inside?
That's the courtyard area, what is facing east, and then what would be on the north side facing the alleyway.
I do like the geometric shape with the diamond shape. I think it looks less industrial. So I like,
It's a neat look. I was involved with the Necker's Jewelers project, and that one's got a crazy quilted pattern on it. This one, we would keep it a flat color, so we're not getting as much distortion in the wall.
how's everyone feeling on color scheme? Patterns?
For me, I think it's close, you know, to what we had approved. So I don't have any heartburn over that.
I actually kind of like it a little bit more than the original in 2022, because again, 2022 kind of looked like a bit more cell-like than.
I
This adds
like
a
the
little-
diamond
Yeah.
pattern, just
It gives it a
offset.
little bit more jazz instead of that
Yeah.
wood pattern to it. Another thing about it too, the Nichihau product that was originally approved on there, that particular product, there is some, I mean, it's made pretty sturdy and hold up for, you see a lot of it in the area. And, but overall, the paint finish that is on the ACM panel That is, they use that same type of paint finish for like skyscrapers and so on, where it's a little hard to give it a paint job, basically. So it is made extremely durable and hold up. It doesn't fade out. There's some paint finishes that you'll see out there that will start to chalk and look really ragged after about, some of it down in 5 years, 10, 15 years. You're talking 30, 40 years plus on this product before it really starts to lose any of its color, you know, the sheen or anything.
Does anybody have any more questions, comments, concerns?
When will these be ready for occupancy?
We're shooting for the fall right now. We've had some construction delays due to some issues Matt was asking me about. The transformer issue, which we've resolved that now finally, and we're moving forward with that. So that's moving forward, and there won't be, that's not gonna delay much, except for some changing some stuff around in one of the areas of the building. But we've got it, they're putting in the last couple of windows and doors between today and tomorrow, and so all the Pella doors and windows are all gonna be installed by tomorrow. And then we've got some commercial, storefront glass that we have to do yet on the corners, basically. But, siding is gonna be something that we need to, with your approval and so on, get going on, because there is quite a bit of it. There's a lot of fabrication when they make that particular panel. Goes from a flat sheet that gets routed, gets formed, clips get installed. So there's a lot of panels that have to be fabricated. Material has to be ordered, fabricated, and so on, so forth. Same with the hardy panel, just lead time stuff in order for us to get stuff dried in. We do have a roof on it too, so it's all it's about 95% completely dried in now, so.
Anyone want to make a motion to approve?
Motion to approve.
Call to vote.
Okay. Stiniker,
Yes.
Tilka,
Yes.
Anderson,
Yes.
Fox,
Yes.
Rashid,
Yes.
Tibbet.
Yes. You can order your stuff.
Now the work begins. Thank you very much for your time, folks.
One of the other things too, that would be in the technical aspect of it, my crew's been doing the install, I've been doing this for about 25 years. This has an impact resistance as well. You use like the Nichiha and the Hardy board, stuff like that. The Hardy board's a little bit thicker. But the Nichiha, with being in a downtown area, you have vandalism, you have people doing things they shouldn't be doing. You know, being in the Midwest, we have hail. This is, impact resistant up to level 3, so it's like a standing seam roof. So when you have hail and all that stuff, you won't show the dents, it won't crack, it won't break off. So it's a maintenance issue too, in revitalizing the downtown area. You know, it'll be a standout building that won't need a lot of maintenance over the next 25 years.
Great, thank you.
Very good.
I just have, not for you guys, Matt, just thinking about this and all the apartments being added to it. What's kind of the parking situation?
So our downtown zoning district actually doesn't have a minimum parking requirement. I believe the owner of this building does own the parking garage a block away. And I believe spaces there are reserved for tenants of this building. But just for everyone's knowledge, the downtown as well as the village of East Davenport zoning districts have no parking requirements.
We're sure with all the restaurants right there.
Yeah.
All right, any other business for us here?
I did have a few announcements. One of which Thank you. So the City of Davenport Library Special Collections, as well as the Historic Preservation Commission, is working on having a downtown Davenport architectural walking tour. So they actually have hired a local historian that's going to start at the Davenport Library downtown and give a walking tour of the downtown. So there's 5 different dates. They're working on a June date, so I'll update the commission when that's determined. They're free to the public, open to everyone. You can sign up on the library website. So I'll make sure to send out that link when more information comes. But it's a good opportunity to kind of learn more about the downtown and the area that everyone here works so hard to help promote, and see some of your progress and some of the applicants that have come before us. And then announcement on commissioners. So Evan has stepped down as he moved out of the city. So he stepped down. Nick Cox is our newest board member who wasn't able to make it today, unfortunately. Tori and I met with him just to kind of give him a little onboarding right after our January meeting. And then, of course, we've had 2 canceled meetings, so he hasn't been able to participate, but we do have him. And then the mayor this week is appointing our last vacancy to fill in for Evan's position this week, so she'll be present at the May meeting. She has a background working with Streamline Architects, so hopefully she has a good eye for design and will be a good asset to our team. And then,
I will say, he seemed to have a lot of knowledge of the downtown as well, so I think he'll be a really good asset when he can make it.
yeah.
Be good.
And then we've been working with the Main Street Landing Project, which is the new park that's proposed on the riverfront. So they're preparing documents. They might be here for the May meeting, but that probably this summer, we can expect to see them to come forward. So that's an exciting addition to the downtown if it can come to fruition. So I do think we'll have a May meeting, so you can mark your calendar for that.
Is that for that section that's like all cement garden spaces right now? And then the grass, like where the casino used to be by the bridge?
Yes.
Okay,
Yep, so right where the Sky Bridge drops you off and across the tracks.
got it.
So that whole area.
Great.
Cool.
The historian that is hired.
For the walking tours, her name's Ellen, I think Shapley. She did some last year that were well attended, and I did a walking tour of it as well. And for my own personal knowledge, not growing up in Davenport, I found it, very interesting to learn a little bit more about the history and architecture of
Yeah.
our downtown.
Okay, well,
That's
there's
all for
nothing
me.
else. See you on May 20th, meeting adjourned. Yay.